Well, welcome back now to the leader of the Heartbreaks, Mr. Tom Petty, right here. Thomas? You've had some tough luck on the tours. Last year, the last tour, it was a tonsillectomy right at the start of the tour, and I guess you lost your voice for a while. That seems to be coming back pretty well now. Then this, yeah, and then this year, what was a trampoline? You jumped the wrong way or fell off the thing, or what happened there?
No, I was trying to get in shape for the tour, which was a mistake because I tore tendons in the back of my knee. I'm too lazy to jog really, so I just was jumping on the trampoline and. But I'm going to make it, I think.
You know, the fogies that don't understand the magic and the lure of rock music would say, well, now why would a young man have to get in shape for a tour in which he plays a guitar, basically, and sings in front of people? What do you do to get in shape, and why do you have to do that?
Well, it's real physical, you know. It's, there's a lot of running around, especially, you know, on the big stages. It's a real jaunt to run from one end to the other.
Yeah.
Leap through the air and
there are those
who
who would say, why don't you just stand right there where you're supposed to and not run around so much. But see, they don't understand like old Tom understands. Tom knows that you have to go back and forth. I understand that.
Well, you just want to have a good time. You know, we start playing, we never choreograph it or anything, but you just get excited and start running around a little bit.
I've often wondered about the physical stamina of yourself and others who do the kind of music that you do, where you play a concert that runs 2.5 or 3 hours. You got to be dog tired when you come off that stage.
Yeah, you do get a little tired. The hard part about all that is that no one ever really understands is that you kind of charge your batteries so much during those 2 hours that the worst part is that, you know, 15 minutes after it's over, you're in this hotel room in total silence, kind of going, wow, you know, and everything's vibrate. So it takes me all night to wear down from that.
Thomas, do you ever appreciate total silence in your own life? You do like moments of quiet, don't you?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. Could you explain to me the
Man's laughing.
Well, could you explain to me the mystique of amplification when it comes to rock music? I mean, like I said, we got a small room here, and I mean, you come in here and stack them up to the ceiling, and I mean, it does get a little loud. Forgive me.
Well, it's like, you know, we don't play in bathrooms a lot. We kind of
Thank you.
You know, we usually play in bigger rooms than this.
I understand that.
I would say, you know, you should back up a little bit, but if it's quiet, we do quieter numbers in the show.
Well, like in this one, you did a very, what to me was a humorous little thing where you kind of went around and let everybody do a little something quietly before you came back on full steam, which I thought was very inventive.
Well, thank you, Tom.
Well, you're very welcome.
I'll drink to that.
Obviously, I don't know what the hell I'm talking about.
Anyway, it gets loud.
This article in the Rolling Stone here, where didn't this go on and on about whether or not the record's going to sell for $9.98 or $8.98? Why get involved with the pricing of albums? Many people don't understand why an artist would do that.
Lately, I asked myself this question.
Yes, why do that? Yeah.
It was just too much money to pay for a record, I thought. I used to buy albums when they were $3.
Me too.
You know, in mono. And it wasn't as big a deal, I think, as the press has made it. But all it was just...
well, in your view...
you know, we didn't want to put it out for...
What would have happened had they been able to sell your record, which I'm certain is going to be a major success, for $9.98? I think you had the feeling that that would allow them to raise the prices of all the albums coming along.
Absolutely.
An extra $1. It would have been a breach in the dike, so to speak.
And they probably will. But this was just very pleasing to me because it was one situation where the audience actually won an issue, which I think our record company they should be applauded on one hand, I think, for being big enough to kind of bend to the public opinion, because I didn't expect them to, quite honestly. And I'm just real glad it came out, and the record's in the top 5, and everybody's happy, and there's plenty of money for me and plenty of money for them, and it all worked, you know.
Fantastic.
Falling asleep.
Many people the people who write about music are obsessed with comparing one group to another. I know that you've been compared on the one hand to Bob Dylan, then you've been compared with the Byrds, some other English groups, and I know that your music is important to you. How do you react to these comparisons and the fact that sometimes your music really isn't allowed to stand for itself, that it has to be compared to something else?
We've always been amused that they think we sound like the Byrds and the Beatles and Bob Dylan and this and that. And we really just sound like us. I think that any musician usually has influences. I think in every case that you know, there's nothing original is the old thing. So, sure, we've been influenced by that, but we don't go, okay, well, I'm going to sound just like the Byrds here.
Right, right.
You know?
Yeah, yeah.
We don't think about that. We just play and it comes out sounding like.
Are the people that you and I mentioned together, are those the people that influenced you in your development as a musician, or were there some others?
To some degree, yeah, but I didn't sit with Byrds albums every day. I liked everybody. In the 60s was when I was first starting to play, and there was so much great music, and I really like to say I might like a song by the Count Five, or I might like a song by The Who, or it was just, we like soul music quite a bit, R&B, which is kind of gone today. I wish it would come back.
Hey, everything comes back, and sometimes the music hasn't left, but the audience for it has gone away. Our thanks to you and the fellas for being here as you start this tour. I appreciate your stopping by here. Okay. And Tom and the Heartbreaks are so concerned.
Heartbreakers.
The Heartbreakers.
Yeah,
are so concerned about the price of records today and the fact that people have had to pay so much that everybody who's watching this program and everybody who's here in our studio tonight, courtesy of Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, will receive absolutely free. Don't do this, huh? A chance to watch this from our sponsors and the NBC television stations, and the Heartbreakers will be right back after these announcements.